Welcome to Coffee Confessions. Today's topic was cosmetics and makeup.
It was Halloween and I was supposed to be creating this really weird look for a man, but it accidentally turned out to be really pretty and people confused him with a girl.
But then when I turned up, this client was a man. And I'm thinking, okay, I have to spend 3 hours, 2.5, 3 hours here, giving a lesson to this guy, but I don't know how to do this.
Male models, they feel shy to ask question like which kind of product we can buy or what kind of product we can use on daily basis when they go for makeup.
I think on one hand, it's so nice that we're embracing young males wearing makeup, but on the other hand, it's such a new topic. So whichever brand really was the first to come out with a male wearing makeup, that was going to go viral.
So do you think cosmetics and makeup are only reserved for women?
Well, according to me, makeup is for everyone. If you love makeup or you need makeup, I think you should wear it. Saying that, I wouldn't want my brother or my husband, going out of the house with a makeup vanity case or with a full-on smoky eye. But I also understand that at times men do need it for work. And I think it is important for everyone to know that if a man is concealing his acne or if he needs to go to work with more confidence just by hiding his dark circles, it should be accepted.
Okay, so as a beauty blogger, when you see a man walking in with makeup, what is your first thought?
To be honest, I don't mind like concealing foundation and this kind of thing, but like smoky eye, as she said, I don't really feel appealing or whatever.
What about you? What is your take on the masculine, feminine side of things? Do you think we're being too biased?
I've had situations in the past where, there's clients who want to have the look that's in with, a stubble or a beard. Quite impossible for some guys to have the perfect beard. So that's where, probably a dark brown eyeshadow would probably get close to it. Or if it's not an even hair growth, then probably that's when makeup would come in. But that's about it, So yeah, men could use makeup, but still in a masculine, yeah.
Now a lot of brands are creating makeup as well. There's a whole line for men. What is your take on that? Do you think that's ethical or do you think that's just commercial?
Yeah, I think would make them feel a little bit more comfortable, but it still is commercial, in my opinion.
Do you think there needs to be some ethical value to that, or do you think it's just purely commercial from their angle?
It's commercialized, and I also know that sometimes men do need makeup. So it's all about buying what's necessary for you and just being honest to yourself with what you need. So yeah, that's my take on it.
So Elena, when you watch YouTube and you see a lot of men applying makeup and giving tutorials, do you think it's sending a confused message to the youth?
No, actually I really like their makeup. Their skills are on point. So I learn a lot from them, so yeah.
So Elena, in your experience, what has been the weirdest coincidence that you've had or seen?
Okay, the weirdest one, it was when I used to work in a beauty salon and a man, he came along and he said like, I would like to have a full waxing, and I was like, okay, but full waxing, like really? And he was like, really, do you have any professional available? I was like, yeah, just a second. But like, yeah.
Did he go through with the full?
Yeah.
Wow.
Everything.
Point for him. So ladies, any last advice you have for men who do want to explore makeup?
I think just be comfortable with your own skin. Like I said, don't let other people judge you and make your own definition for yourself and yeah, just enjoy it.
What about you, Elena? What advice do you have for men?
I think as long as you're happy about yourself, and for me, makeups bring so much confidence, and if men can enjoy it as well, why not?
So when you see a man coming towards you with full contoured makeup, what is your first thought?
I like it. I tend to focus on the positive things. I don't think negatively. So I do look at the way he's put the makeup on. Why is the different? Is his own personal reason. So I look at the techniques. I'm happy to learn.
That's really good. Yeah. So let's turn this around a little bit, Aarushi. So if you were going out with somebody and they came in with makeup, what would your response be?
I'll be like, wow, that's a bold step. I mean, because personally what I feel is there's no beauty Bible when it comes to makeup. I mean, if you see a lipstick or a concealer, it doesn't say it's only for women, you know. So, I mean, if I went out on a date with a man and then if he's wearing makeup, I'll be like, great, share some secrets.
Do you have something to add to that?
Okay, I would say that every person has a reason for wearing makeup. Mm-hmm. So, and that's respectable. And it all comes down to that. So, for certain men, it's corrective makeup. They want to conceal something. They want to hide blemishes or any skin problems they might have. But for others, it's because they want to explore, they admire techniques, and they want to explore further. They want to showcase work. And this is the reason. So everybody has their own aspect for beauty, and that I do not believe that should be looked down on.
CoverGirl has put a man on its cover, 17-year-old James Charles, a makeup artist. What is your take on that? What do you think were the reasons behind that?
The beauty industry is a multi-billion money-generating business. Target audience is women. This company, CoverGirl, wanted to break the boundaries and the stereotypes. And in order to do that, they called in a male person who wore makeup, used makeup on himself, using all the techniques, anything that there were male population wanting to voicing their opinions against it. CoverGirl was in the middle of it, and this is why everybody who knows about this story knows that this is related with CoverGirl.
Okay, Aarushi, so when you see a lot of images online, do you think it sends a mixed message to the youth? Do you think we can ever be genderless sometimes with these things?
No, totally not, because we're, you know, when we talk about women being, how sexism is to women, why not for men? I mean, they do feel the same. And when you see mixed images, I think it does not send any sort of wrong message to the youth, because youth will definitely do what they want to and will follow what they want to.
देखें, आप बस ऑनलाइन जाएं, वेबसाइट का नाम लिखें, ब्रांड के सारे प्रोडक्ट्स आ जाएंगे, and then आप अपना फेवरेट प्रोडक्ट क्लिक करें, add to cart, proceed to checkout, अपनी सारी डिटेल्स फिल करें, and done.
सीखने की कोई उम्र नहीं होती. Mahmood 500 Rise, bringing families together since 1979.
My first question to you, Lauren.
Yes.
So a man walks towards you and he has full makeup with contour and everything else.
Yeah, ooh, okay.
What's your first thought?
Well, my first thought is, what did he use to contour? I would not find that intimidating at all. And I'm actually quite open to a man wearing makeup. If that's what he would like to do, then let's see what he's wearing and what brands, and hopefully he'll chat with me about it.
What about you, Neha? Would you like to add?
Being a makeup artist, makeup is a form of art for me, and art should be open for everyone. So I would be happy to see if men is wearing makeup, and I would love to go and ask which foundation, which company, which cosmetics you are using.
Okay, so you'd be curious about it.
Yes, of course.
When a man was put on a cover of a magazine, a 17-year-old, he received a lot of hatred also. And some people said they would boycott the makeup brand that was actually advertising like that. What is your thought on that?
I think men are not well represented in the beauty industry as women are. So we can see in magazine and beauty ads and all everywhere, like women are more into beauty products and all this. But I do believe men should do the ad and cover page and all. Why not? Exactly. They should do, and they have right to put makeup on them. Like if some men has some scar or something, or they have dark circles, why not? They should wear makeup, and I admire the cosmetics company, which they.
It's a bold step. Yeah. So you think that was necessary?
Yes.
Lauren, what do you have to say about this?
I agree with Neha. I too feel that men are underrepresented in the makeup industry. And I think right now we're at a time in history where it's becoming acceptable for people to truly express who they are. And it's a small step towards a big change.
My lead-up question is going to be, do you think that when a man wears makeup, it defines his masculinity and you already kind of judge him that he's not masculine enough?
Well, masculine enough for who?
Good question. Good counter question. So tell me what you think about that. Do you think it takes away from his masculinity? For women, let's say we're women, so we can only give our opinion.
I think as a woman, as a married woman, no. For me, I personally would not feel like it would take away a man's masculinity. I've actually seen men wearing makeup and I've never thought of them as any less masculine. However, I can understand how there could be the perception that there is a lack of masculinity.
Do you think a man is less of a man if he wears makeup?
I think this is something our society has decided that only women can wear makeup. So for me, like it's stereotype, some gender stereotype.
Correct.
So if women can feel like to look good and enhance their beauty, so why not men?
What's your advice to the youth that feels confused and sometimes doesn't know where their place is, especially when it comes to makeup?
I think that the number one thing that youth need to do is to work on minimizing the self-doubt. Because when you have self-doubt, it just gets in the way of your happiness and your ability to fulfill really what your dreams and potential are in life. And if you're a young boy and you want to experiment with maybe your mother's makeup or your father's makeup, I think that they should just do it. And it doesn't necessarily need to be something they broadcast out to the world, because I think right now we have a society where every single thing, I know, what some people ate for dinner last night because I see it on Instagram. And, that doesn't need to happen. It doesn't need to be put out there right away, because then that's when a lot of negativity can start rolling in that will really affect a child. But at the same time, I think that you need to be true to yourself. And I think the bottom line, and the thing I always tell my kids, is that kindness matters. And no matter how different someone is from someone else, you don't have to judge them for it. Just be kind to them.
Do you think only women have the right to use them?
Right would probably be the wrong word. I'm sure men, if they want to, if they're on stage, they're doing movies, or they have a disfigurement, then I think it's okay to use it. But I would like men to remain men.
Okay, do you think it does reflect on masculinity if they use too much cosmetics?
I'm sure it does. I actually think that they start looking effeminate. And we don't need that. We need to keep the gender difference. Men should be men and women should be women.
Okay, so in your definition, what about people who are exploring themselves and are not sure of their gender? What happens then?
Then I don't know if I can call them real men. So maybe it's okay for them. But I think men with makeup are anyway less masculine. They're very foppish and dandy-like. And in the Elizabethan times, European men used to wear makeup. But they used to be called dandies. They were not called real men. And even they were actually scoffed upon and laughed upon, even in that society. So I think...
to avoid bullying, maybe we should be careful about
we should be very, very careful. And this may, like you had said earlier, may confuse the growing youth as to what they would like to become as they grow older. So,
how long have you been actually a makeup artist? I know it's been a while, so tell us a little bit about that experience.
About over 42 years. And I became a health and beauty consultant. Makeup was part of my repertoire. And I just went into it slowly and slowly till it became bigger than me.
And you have in the past done a lot of makeup for men as well.
Yes.
Tell us, what is the difference usually doing makeup for men and women? What is something that you have to keep in mind?
See, with men, I think makeup should not show when it's done.
So more subtle.
Very subtle. The foundation should be there as a camouflage or a cover. And maybe a light mascara just to highlight the eyelashes. And if it's Middle Eastern man, where we are showing that, because earlier on men used to wear a kajal or a surma. So if you're showing that tribal kind of thing, then it's fine. But the modern man, I think, should not show his makeup.
So do you think maybe in 10 years people will be more accepting of cosmetics on men?
Yes, I'm sure they will be, because I see a lot of men now using makeup.
Yeah, there are brands now that are developing products just catering to men. What is your take on that?
That's a commercialization. Because now they're done with the women, we have bought everything they needed to sell us. And how many lipsticks will we buy in a year? So now they're looking at a new planet of men. It's actually a full planet of people who have never bought their stuff. Starting from the fairness creams, which really get my goat. For men and women both. And yes, maybe men's skin is different, but not necessarily. So it's just another avenue to sell more. So I don't think it's the best thing. A sunblock may be okay, because that's probably protecting you from cancer. But for me, tinting, unless somebody really had panda eyes. I've done a lot of makeup for men on their coverage for their wedding days. Like I said, if there's an issue, then it's fine. But otherwise, I think a tinted lip or a blushed cheek for men, for me, is a no-no.
Okay. It's a personal opinion.
It's absolutely personal.
Okay.
Yes.
What is your advice to makeup artists about their ethical code?
If somebody's coming, let's say, the question you've asked me is if somebody's coming as a bride. Yeah. I would always do a trial makeup. Till she's comfortable.
And what about, I'm more interested in what a groom would do when they come to you.
Because that's like a camouflage. For me, it's not makeup. For me, makeup is a full-blown foundation. But again, imagine if he had a very florid skin. Or very acne skin which had left a lot of marks. I'd be happy to do that kind of makeup. But I don't want to put a lipstick on him. And I don't want to shape his eyebrows. And I don't want to put a liner in his eyes. That, to me, is a problem. But I would first advise them not to do it.
Okay, so you would do an advice and then see
Absolutely,
how the
and then tell him to take pictures, see if he's comfortable, because if after he's done the makeup and he's not happy, then he's not going to be happy at his reception or the engagement or whatever. So I think, and
personal choice for everyone.
Absolutely. But real life, if I see with makeup, I'm really unhappy to talk to that person also, in real life. Because I'm not sure how real that person is.
No, coffee confessions, right? Yeah. Okay, fine.
I think on one hand, it's... Oh, I'm looking here. Oh, okay.
Oh, shit.
Who am I talking to? The camera. Okay.
It wasn't a disaster, actually.
Silence!